Howdy, 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 my darling Pisces. Happy New Year, by the way. My name is SimplyVelca, and we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading for January 2023, Pisces. So if you do enjoy this tarot reading, let me know in the comments below how this resonates with you, because that's how I keep up with you, Pisces, is through the comments, of course. As well, if you do enjoy this tarot reading, Pisces, which hopefully you do, and you want to support me, the best way to do that is completely for free, Pisces, all right? Just give this video a like and subscribe, and, it's a really small action, but it really does help me out quite a bit, and I appreciate those who do that extra step to support me. Now, just like in astrology, Pisces, check out more than just your one zodiac sign. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising. That's how you get a better, more accurate message to what's happening in your life, is by catering the energy to your chart. All right, Pisces, so let's get into your tarot reading for today, Pisces, and see what's happening for you. Starting out with the back of the deck energy before we get into the cards that I pulled for you here, which is the Justice card still, funnily enough. So full disclosure here, Pisces, I ended up having to re-record your reading here because I messed up the intro real quick, and I'm a perfectionist, honey. And so the fact that this Justice card still popped out for you in the back of the deck is pretty powerful to me, because this was showing up in the back of the deck beforehand, and I did probably like 30 shuffles before I turned on the camera again. But so what does this mean, Pisces? Well, you can read this in a couple of different ways, in a social way, but as well as when it comes to your personal endeavors, your objectives. And so I'm going to talk about the social ways first and foremost. All right, the Justice card coming in here, things coming into balance, my beautiful Pisces. All right, you have the Queen of Swords coming in. I'm just going to be pulling the cards from the back of the deck so you have an understanding where I'm getting these cards from here. You have the Queen of Swords complementing this, as well as the Five of Cups coming in here. So in a social type of way, Pisces, this gives me just a straight up message of just straight up karma. Someone's about to be getting their just desserts, honey. All right, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised for you, Pisces, if you start getting a message from somebody that you had to walk away from, that you had to practice some boundaries with, right? Because the Queen of Swords represents this sense of where it's like, I know for a fact that you put some strong boundaries up towards this person here. You had to walk away from them because it's like you either accepted, woke up to their toxic ways, or you're just like, you know what, I can't be patient with you anymore. It's just like, I understand that you're on your own journey here, but the self-sabotaging, or just, whatever caused these cups to spill over with wine or blood, or whatever you want to see that as. I'm wanting to call you Cancer, I apologize. Whatever you see that as, Pisces, you had to put your guard up with them. I really wouldn't be surprised, Pisces, if they try to hit you back up here in the coming days, because see, I feel like a lot of people, when they hear about karma, and for many people, they're just like, okay, I want their karma to come in a sense of where it's like they go to jail, or just like their life comes crashing down, or what have you. All right, and I'm not any better, okay, Pisces, but in this way here, I feel like what's going to be happening to them, Pisces, is a situation of where it's like, because I'm being shown you're just standing there, Pisces. For some reason, you're in the woods, by the way. You're just standing in the woods, and you're just like, I told you so. Now, the woods don't have any relevance. I don't know why I'm being shown all this extra scenery for this here. That's usually not normal for my intuitive messages that I get for these tarot readings on YouTube here. But it's like, yeah, I feel like their karma comes in the shape of where it's like, you can sit there and be like, I told you so. I told you so. This is going to be happening. And for many of you, Pisces, you try to perhaps make someone self-aware about what was going on in their life, or this also could easily be a sense of a job. You were working a job, and they're always understaffed, and you're just like, you know what, I don't think y'all appreciate me. And so it's like, when I leave this place, everything's gonna come crashing down, right? There's this sense of whatever happens to them, Pisces, it causes some sense of remorse on their end, or this sense of where it's like they end up thinking about you and feeling bad about that situation. I don't feel like it's anything dramatic in the sense of a tower moment or anything, I have to be honest there. But Strength card coming in here, and then the Five of Pentacles coming in as well. This is reads off as a story where it's just you became their lesson, essentially. This experience that this person goes through is a major life lesson for them. All right, where it's this sense of where it's they realize where they messed up, and then it's in this place where it's now they have to deal with the consequences of their actions, essentially here. And so I'm not going to sit here, Pisces, and tell you what you should be doing with that social connection, because you're a grown adult, presumably, and it's not my business to tell you how you should handle it. All right, but I can be telling you that just to be expecting that, especially since the first week of January that we're coming out of now, it was pretty chaotic from the planets. All right, so it really wouldn't surprise me if you hear some from somebody that you walked away from. All right, because final card here, Chariot energy here. This is that Cancer energy, by the way. Now, Pisces, I see this sense of where it's like they're coming towards you while you're rapidly going forward. Pisces, like you're rapidly progressing in your life. And so how you can kind of know when this person, because I feel like you already know who this person is, if that is relevant for you here, you'll know when you're about to be getting hit up by this person, or you'll know when they're about to be receiving their karma, Pisces, because your life starts really picking up. Things start really positively happening for you here, because I forgot to mention it, or maybe I mentioned it and I don't remember, but it's like there was the King of Wands afterwards, after I pulled the Strength card and the Five of Pentacles here. And so the King of Wands, I was reading this as in the sense where it's like you're sitting there shining on your throne and just really, I don't know what it is you're up to. We'll get into these cards in a moment here, Pisces, but it's like I see you just in this place where it's like you're really thriving. Like I feel like you're really thriving, and the 2023 for you, I feel like people just are very irrelevant to you. And I know that perhaps can sound weird, Pisces, but I feel like for you, you just are no longer putting an emphasis on trying to help people, trying to change people, trying to fix people. You're just very much so being like, you know what, I'm gonna treat everybody how they treat me, and so that if they treat me with grace, I'm gonna treat them with grace. But at the same time, you're just not going out of your way in the same way that I feel like you used to, Pisces, with certain people. All right, so let's get into these actual tarot cards, as if we haven't been. Let's get into these tarot cards that I pulled for you at the beginning here, Pisces. We have the Ace of Cups coming in here. All right, opportunity coming in. All right, and then the Eight of Cups coming in. So this is pretty interesting, Pisces, because the Eight of Cups in some ways is kind of like closing off your heart. You know, I always associate the Ace of Cups as like your heart chakra personally, and so the Eight of Cups in a way is like you having to close off your heart chakra. You're closing off your heart to a situation to move on to something bigger and better, right? Because you're leaving 8 cups and hopefully getting to 10 cups, right? You're getting that affirmation with the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups by definition represents new love, new opportunity, just new energy in general coming in here for you. So very much so for you, Pisces, I get like a strong impression of where it's like, what was serving you in the past, and this can reflect in many facets in your life, what was serving you in the past, you're moving on from, because I feel like it's just like spring cleaning. You like you're wanting new appliances, you know, but I don't mean like literal appliances. I mean, maybe you're wanting that, but it's like excuse me, I feel like you're wanting like a different approach. Like if I was a Pisces, or if I had Pisces in my chart, I'd be seeing this and be like, okay, yeah, like this would be an alignment for me in the sense of where it's just like, you know, I'm straying from doing tarot readings to now becoming a podcaster and stuff like that. So it's just like out with the old and with the new type of thing, right? You have the Empress energy coming in here with the Six of Pentacles. I almost said Sex of Pentacles. I guess I just did. Anyways, Pisces. To me, this reads off a sense of where, Pisces, I really want you to start capitalizing more on your beauty. Now, this isn't me telling you to open up an OF or anything like that, Pisces, but I feel like for you, how would I want to put this here? I feel like what you put your energy into that honors you as the Empress. And so in social ways, like if you start investing your time and energy to people that actually appreciate the value that you bring to a relationship, platonically or romantically, those are going to be the relationships that thrive. No joke, no kidding, right? Big words coming out, and you know, big logic coming out there, Velka, right? But when it comes to your actual like pursuits, physical pursuits, when it comes to like your jobs and stuff like that as well, what I mean by capitalizing off of just like who you are, your essence, right? You know, I talked about I'm about to launch a podcast actually, Pisces. And so a podcast capitalizes off of that Empress energy of where it's just like your own personal expression, your own beauty and what have you. And so I feel like if you were to start capitalizing off Pisces off of like what you are and trying to shape that into a career or a hobby, you're going to find quite a bit of success from that. All right, Pisces. And so this only really comes because you walked away from something socially, all right, moving on from certain people, but also mainly just more so just like changing things up. All right, changing things up, like you're changing your hair and all this, like just change in general. So Let's get into your oracle reading today, Pisces, and I'll leave you to the rest of your Sunday, darling. All right. So we have here take inspired action, full moon in Virgo for you, Pisces. For some reason, I get a strong suspicion that you have like some really relevant Virgo placements in your chart, or like you just exude a strong Virgo energy. But anyways, taking inspired action, I feel like it's more so just relevant to what we were just talking about, Pisces. So I'm not going to talk your ear off anymore or get any clarifier about that. I feel like it's pretty straight to the point there. Take inspired action based off of like what you can provide to the world, rather than just doing what you know has always worked beforehand, right? Because I get like this message of you're feeling bored or unfulfilled. So, and you're trying to move on from that. Getting into your other oracle card here, the number 3 is your number in numerology. So go ahead and look that up for me at a later point in time to see what messages the 3 has for you. But you have the dove spirit, being at peace here. And ultimately here, Pisces, again, I don't feel like I need to get any more clarifiers about this here. I feel like the being at peace, you're being at peace more so with the factor where it's just like, you're just no longer trying as hard with certain social situations that you used to. Like, for example, I feel like maybe you tried so hard to make a certain family dynamics work out. You know, you didn't really speak up when you could have spoken up, and or when it comes to certain friendships, you're just no longer over investing yourself in these types of friendships that don't really give you anything in return, stuff like that. So that's the weekly tarot reading that I have for you today, Pisces. This was such a pleasure in doing, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. All right, Pisces. Bye, darling.